Well, I'm grateful to have joining me right now someone who can really help answer these questions, and he is the Education Secretary, Miguel Cardona. So I just want to start here. So many people across the country, students, people who are paying loans, have lots of questions. So on Friday, President Biden announced a new plan to work around the court's ruling on the administration's student debt program by using the 1965 Higher Education Act. What are the next steps in that? Because a lot of that's on you. And how long do you anticipate it will take, or people should expect it to take?
Sure. Thank you for having me, Jen. You know, it's really important, first of all, that borrowers hear loud and clearly that we're not stopping the fight, that we recognize how important this is. So as you mentioned, within hours of the Supreme Court decision, which we totally disagree with, I think is wrong, we announced that we are moving forward with another pathway to debt relief. There's going to be a public hearing. It's a negotiated rulemaking process, which, as the president said Friday, takes a little bit longer, but it is a pathway that I have available to provide debt relief. And we're going to be using that. And we're starting the process. We started it Friday. And the first step is an open hearing that will be taking information and taking public comment. And that's happening in July.
So as a part of this announcement, there's going to be a 12-month period for borrowers reentering payments beginning in October. For young people out there who are kind of freaking out right now because they're not sure if they can make their payments, they don't know if their current salary will allow them to make their payments, what do you tell them? How will that work?
Yeah, sure. You know, 43 million people were waiting for a positive decision on Friday, and we're going to keep fighting. So in addition to the rulemaking process that's going to move us forward with another plan for debt relief, we're providing two other things. An on-ramp, what we're calling an on-ramp, while interest will accrue and payments are due, we are not going to be harming those who are struggling to make payments for the first 12 months. We're calling it an on-ramp. We're not going to be giving information to credit reporting agencies. We want to make sure we're preventing people from falling into default and delinquencies, and we're creating that on-ramp again. We're also rolling out our SAVE income-driven repayment program. So basically, and I'm really excited about this, Jen, this is a big deal. For undergraduate students, their loan payments will be cut in half. If your salary is less than $33,000 a year, your salary will go down, your loan payment will go down to $0. We're making sure that we're rolling out a plan that's responsible, where people are not going to be asked to pay more than they can afford. So we have three things. We have the debt relief plan that we're rolling out. We have the income-driven repayment plan, which is new, and it's the best one ever. And we have the on-ramp to make sure that we're supporting our borrowers as they return to repayment.
Is there any reconsideration, because this is a big question out there, of extending the pause on payments, which will resume in October?
You know, initially we communicated that 60 days after the loan, the decision is made by the Supreme Court, payments will resume. And then with the debt negotiation conversations, that was really put to rest. Congress said there's no way that we can do that. So either way, they're going to start. But we want to make sure we're doing it in a way that's supportive of our borrowers and recognizing the fact that for many of them, they're going to be struggling to make payments and that they've been paused for 3 years, and we need to support them in this process. And that's what we're doing.
Before I let you go, I just want to ask you about something former President Trump keeps saying, which is that high school principals, I should say, should be elected and also fired by votes from parents. You are a lifelong educator. Why would that be damaging? What about that concerns you?
You know, I was an elementary school principal for 10 years. I'm an educator, and I think, you know, the absurdity that comes out of his mouth it baffles me. You know, the last 2 days, we've dealt with decisions that bring back education, decades. This is the same president that's talking about smaller government, now wanting to have his hand in the classroom, overreaching. Please, look, we have trained professionals out there that are working closely with parents. We're supporting making sure that our parents and educators work together to have decisions being made at the ground level. The last thing we need is someone trying to get political points by creating culture wars and division in our country. Our kids need us to work together and to be student-centered. Right now, the division that they're promoting in education it's harming kids, and we're not going to stand for it. We're going to keep fighting for our borrowers. We're going to keep fighting for access to higher education, and in our K-12 space, we're going to raise the bar to make sure those kids have opportunities that they deserve.
So many questions around education, the cost of college, how people are going to pay for it. We hope we can have you back to talk more about this. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.